Okay guys, today I'm going to go over the Empire Syx Reg real quick because I've gotten a lot of questions about it. It's a lot simpler than the previous Axe version regs to work on, so I'll show you real quick what it's about. First you'll notice that there's a plus minus for the reg adjustment, so pretty easy to figure out which way you got to turn it to increase or decrease velocity. Two screws in the bottom of the ASA. These are nice heavy screws, so they're not going to strip out, wiggle, vibrate loose. A lot better than some of the other guns we've had come out. The ASA just pulls off from the bottom of the gun. See, it's got two posts, one that contains like a couple O-rings and your reg seat in there, then the other one is for your volume chamber. The bottom of the gun, I don't know how good this is filming, but you'll see you get your reg piston and spring in there, and in the back side here is just an air volume chamber, and the Syx has the highest volume of air we've had in any Axe platform yet, so it's a large volume of regulated air, so you shouldn't starve the gun, shouldn't get shoot down or anything like that. Alright, now getting the reg piston out and the spring, usually if you just tap it like that, you get your coil spring out. Super easy to work with. And as far as getting the piston out, you can bang on it a little bit and maybe it come loose, but I like to just use a pen or a pencil and just put it in the hole of the piston and kind of pull it out. You don't really want to use pliers or anything like an Allen wrench or anything like that to get it, because you could damage the end of the piston and that'll screw up where it seats against your reg seat, and then that'll start causing leaks and creeps and everything else. And you don't really want to mar the outside either, because that goes through an O-ring that's in the bottom here. Alright, so that's it. There's nothing else in the bottom of the grip frame as far as that goes. If you wanted to slide the rubber grip off, it just slides off like that. And on the back side here, you have your pressure relief. So if you ever hear leaking through behind the rubber grip, it's because your reg's over pressurized. And if it's over pressurizing after you set it and it creeps up a little bit and starts over pressurizing, that's going to be the reg seat that's down inside this piece. If you're getting a slow recharge, most likely going to be your O-ring on the top of your piston. But that's really pretty much it. There's not a lot to the reg. It's super easy to work on. If you want to pull the bottom half of the reg off of here, it just unscrews out of the top of the ASA. Like that. And let's see, if you get a small Allen wrench, you can push the assembly out the bottom right here, and this is where your reg seat is. It's going to be a much more robust reg seat than we've used on the other Empire guns in the past. It's not a solid puck in the bottom, so it's not going to punch a hole in it and wear like you see with a lot of pistons where they push against a solid urethane puck. This has got more of a nylon donut in there, and there's a taper on the end of the piston, and that fits against that seat, so it's in there against the taper, so it's not going to be punching a hole against it. And then, again, that's why you don't want to damage this when you pull it out using needle nose pliers or Allen wrenches or anything hard like that. And that's pretty much it there. If you had to replace that seat, this little brass piece splits in half. It's probably really tight right now. It's pretty tight, but you can get it with a small wrench. Again, I don't advise anybody taking this apart unless you're having a reg creep issue. You don't want to be just pulling it apart just for the sake of pulling it apart. So I'm going to carefully just pull it apart real quick just so you see what it's like inside there. Alright, and then you can see the hole through that. Like I said, it's kind of like a nylon donut. And honestly, probably if you're getting like a little bit of red creep and you didn't have one of those handy. You can pull that out, flip it around the other way, and probably be fine for quite some time again. Again, I think this is going to be a lot less prone to any kind of reg creep than any of our regs we've had in the past. Screw that back together. There is a small brass piece and a spring in there, so you want to be careful if you do have to remove this that you don't pull that apart and lose it. Tighten that back up. And that's pretty much it. There's one O-ring in the top of here that goes around the stem of the reg piston. I'm thinking that's probably just a number 8 urethane. Actually, no, it looks like a Buna. Number 8 Buna O-ring in there. And again, if you're getting any leaks or creep or anything, you're probably going to want to change that. That's really pretty much it. Throwing it back together, pretty straightforward. Obviously, you'd wipe this down and re-lube it. But just set your piston in there, gently push it back in until it seats inside the grip frame. Drop your coil spring back in there. Push your reg seat housing back up into the bottom part of the regulator. Screw that back into the bottom of your ASA. If this piece is in real tight, there are flats on this that you can get with a wrench if you needed to. But usually you just finger tight it real good and it's not going anywhere. Slide your rubber grip back on. Drop the ASA back on like that. 2 screws. Tighten it back up firm. You don't have to go crazy, torque everything down. You see a lot of paintball players put their wrench in the long way, so they got a lot of leverage on it. Don't do that. You're going to end up stripping stuff or breaking stuff. All you do is get them nice and firm with it the long way up, and they're not going to go anywhere. Alright, and that's it on the reg. We'll be doing further breakdowns of the gun at another time. Thank you.